Watch the First Alert Weather Team on 12 on your side. On your side, 12 News starts with breaking weather.
Our live coverage continues this morning as an ice storm sweeps across central Virginia. Crews are already hitting the roads, beginning what will likely be a multi-day effort to get streets safe and clear again.
Another major concern today is the threat of widespread power outages as technicians work to get lights and power restored. What you can do to stay warm and safe today.
Rachel DePompa is driving in Chesterfield right now. If you live on Hull Street, she's headed your way to take a look in just a little bit. Sarah Chakales is watching VDOT's efforts right now to get those streets cleared.
And Destini Harris has a closer look as power crews are responding to outages already appearing in our area.
And we have our First Alert weather and traffic teams on standby right now. Candice, you have a breaking update.
Yeah, tractor trailer crash here along 64, right near 288. You know, multiple lanes are blocked. I've seen multiple rescue vehicles arrive into the scene, so we'll keep watching this.
They don't have your microphone, I guess they said, Candice. But yeah, the Candice is working. She's working on big crash, and she'll be there. We'll have that update from her in just a few moments. That's on 95, right, Candice? Yeah.
64.
Oh, 64. Sorry. All right, First Alert Weather Day. What's new this morning? So if you're just waking up here, no, it's not new that it's a First Alert Weather Day, but it's new to you if you just woke up that the snow is over. So on schedule, the snow ended. We're getting sleet now. Most of us are getting sleet now. And there's a real positive picture, at least in one small portion of this, which is that the trees are bare, meaning the snow falling with real tiny little snowflakes and now small sleet pellets are hitting trees and power lines and bouncing off. So sometimes around here we have really warm, wet snow that sticks, and then you get freezing rain on top of that. Extra weight on the trees. We're not seeing that this morning. We don't think that's part of the concern. However, this snow and sleet, which is efficiently covering roads, is likely going to stay that way for a while. Roads are covered unless they've really been treated, and I think getting more and more treacherous as we go here. And of course, Candice is going to be checking 64 for us in just a few moments. So this is the Doppler radar picture. It's not the world's heaviest precipitation. There's a bit of a lull. There's some breaks in the action here and there. And although this is blue, it's showing that it's snow on the radar picture. We think the radar has it wrong, and most of us are getting sleet. Now down here towards southeastern Virginia, there's starting to be some freezing rain that's mixing into this. And down at the beach, they're just getting plain old rain, cold rain, but good news for folks down at Virginia Beach. The temperatures are creeping up, but barely. You know, we've gone up from 17 to 19 in Richmond. Still very cold on the northwestern side of the viewing area, where you're likely to continue to get sleet for several more hours, and even some snow potentially the farther north and west you go. It's 24 in Wakefield, so the temperature creeping up here. Chincoteague 33. What's happening is, in Chincoteague, I think was at 23 a couple hours ago. What's happening is the coastal part of the system is getting going, and it's pushing warm air into the system, and that's why we go from snow to sleet, and we think next to freezing rain. So our temperatures to peak at 26. It's going to be a very cold day today with clouds all day. So low 20 or teens now to the mid 20s this afternoon does not allow for much of any melting of anything that's out there. And again, we're doing that sleet as we speak, but there's a change coming soon. Here is Rachel.
Yep, snow overnight. We're watching sleet right now. It's changing to freezing rain before or around lunchtime today. So before or around noon, 12 o'clock. Bad on roads already, but could potentially be even worse as that freezing rain starts to fall and gives us that layer of ice on top of the sleet we've already seen, on top of the snow that we saw overnight. Freezing rain could continue for 12 hours. So from noon until midnight is when we're kind of on our highest alert and when conditions could be their worst. So before noon today, before the afternoon, when that freezing rain becomes more likely, just in case you lose power, maybe now is the time to take a hot shower and wash the hair before the water gets cool. Your hot water heater doesn't work if the power is out. So freezing rain continues through about midnight tonight. Tomorrow, we're still dealing with those major travel impacts. We will not see a lot of melting. Here's our forecast high temperatures for the next 5 days. We stay right around or below freezing. Candice.
Actually, we're going to take this. Rachel, you were speaking directly to what we are seeing out there on the roads. Candice just told us about the tractor trailer crash, 64 West near 288. And now we're hearing Rachel is witnessing another issue.
Yeah, it is icy out there. Let's go ahead and get out to her. She's riding around in our First Alert Weather mobile cam. Rachel, where are you now, and what are the conditions with this crash that you're seeing?
Okay, it's right up ahead of us. I want you all to take our mobile camera, and you can see we're approaching a crash scene right now. There looks to be a pickup truck that's on Midlothian heading, we're near the Wegmans on Midlothian. We were heading towards Courthouse Road, and the truck is in the ditch. There's a flatbed truck here trying to pull the truck out of the ditch. We've got two VDOT snow plows that are next to us also held up in this, but we're at a standstill currently on Midlothian. As you can see, everyone's doing a good job of staying really spaced out. All the vehicles waiting for this tow truck to get the truck out of the ditch. This is also, I believe, Chesterfield Police just put out a Facebook post not long ago with pictures of crashes. I believe this is one of them. It was a black pickup truck, and they are telling people the roads have just not been cleared enough for anyone to be out here driving. So they are saying, please, 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 in Chesterfield County, do not drive unless you have to. We're out here showing you conditions and showing you why. There's a lot of people that might have to go, you know, Virginia State Police employees, hospital workers who have to get where they're going. So they want very few people on the roads because it is slick out here. It's deceiving too. This road has been plowed at one point, but then the sleet goes on back on top of it, and then the vehicles driving, it's so cold, it just gets patted down. And then we've noticed when we've made turns, when we're just driving straight down the road, we're in a four-wheel drive vehicle and we can feel the vehicle sliding slightly on the road. So we are being very careful. I've had a lot of people writing in asking us to be careful. We are going very slow. We're at a standstill right now again on Midlothian, heading back towards Courthouse Road, back towards the city. And, you know, this is an example of why, if you can, don't go out today. I'm going to send it over to Candice, who has more information on more crashes that we're seeing out there right now. Candice.
Thanks, Rachel. So that was in Chesterfield. We're looking here 64 out towards our west end near 288. We know a tractor trailer crash happened here. It is really hard to see with all of that white out there. I think the trailer for this tractor trailer, what it was carrying is white. Now, I can't quite make out if it overturned, and I reached out to state police for more information. I was not quite successful, but I'm not sure if it has overturned, but we are seeing a huge response from state police. We've seen emergency vehicles, and look at all of those VDOT yellow arrows telling you to move over. It's actually even getting harder to see with all of the, I guess what, freezing rain, sleet that's coming down now. I know it's not snow. I've been listening. So, all right, do the best that you can to move over in that left lane. I think that's the only lane of travel that we're seeing open. But on days like this, do you see? That's a person walking around. So please, please, please minimize any distractions. We need to make sure we're going slower if we have to be out on those roads today. It's not just our highways that we're watching. We've been watching City of Richmond cameras at downtown, all over South Side, and they're covered in snow as well. So if we're seeing snow on our highways, if we're seeing snow on those secondary roads, you better believe your neighborhood has not been touched. So if you don't have to go out, Sarah, I definitely recommend staying nice and warm inside.
I mean, the evidence is there on your screen. We should point out, though, for those going out, hopefully they have those safety kits. Hopefully they have a vehicle full of gas. Hopefully they have warm clothes, because we are seeing people sitting there as these incidents are dealt with. And that's why crews are working so hard right now to try to clear them and make sure that emergency crews can get through as well to help respond to some of this.
Yeah, again, the roads just aren't safe. So if you don't have to be out, please do not. We want to get a closer look at what VDOT is doing, a closer look at their efforts this morning. Our Sarah Chakales is live there at headquarters. Sarah, what more can you tell us this morning?
Good morning. Yes, we're here at VDOT's Richmond District headquarters, which are actually in Chesterfield County. And since we've been out here at 6 a.m., we've seen probably 100, my tongue is frozen. We've been out here so long. 100 different VDOT vehicles coming into the station. There's a little bit of a lull right now, but I'll still step away. They've been refilling here, refueling their trucks. They've been going back in the back and scooping up tons of sand. And the reason that they're getting sand is because we've learned in these freezing temperatures, when it's in the teens, salt is less effective at treating the slick roads. So they're getting piles of sand, distributing those. We've seen lots of snow plows coming through. And VDOT has said that they have 3,000 workers working 12-hour shifts around the clock now, trying to clear these roads for us in this winter storm. It's about 1,400 different snow clearing vehicles that are on the roads. But like Rachel was just saying, when you're out on the roads and you get into an accident, that slows things up. We're asking everyone not to drive so that VDOT can do its work clearing the roads. It also makes it better for emergency vehicles if they need to respond to any accidents or crashes. They need those roads clear. Speaking of which, we've also been speaking with Virginia State Police, who have already responded to nearly 200 crashes across the state as of 6 this morning. And the next update will be just before noon, I'm told. But in those crashes, 14 of those resulted in people getting hurt. We've learned of one person who's died. So please, it's not worth it. We've also been told by VDOT that they're going to prioritize interstates and primary roads, so they'll get to the neighborhoods and subdivisions probably in the next couple days. So we're just asking for patience right now. Live in Chesterfield, Sarah Chakales, 12 on your side.
We know how cold it is, Sarah. If your photographer has a second, can you pan down and show us the roads where you are so we can just get a look there in Chesterfield, like where your feet are there below you? You guys can see right there how impacted that is. Yeah, I see Jen zooming over, showing us some of the roads there. We can still see the snow on the roads, the pile up there. And this is
there's
where
a truck going down right now.
Right, and this is where the VDOT crews are working. So you can imagine we continue to deal with big problems. We're seeing power outages as a real possibility here as we continue to follow this freezing rain coming. We gave you the first alert to that, and that it could be a multi-day event. Destini Harris is in Chesterfield as well. She's following that concern and how the electric companies are asking us to prepare. Destini?
Good morning. Well, right now I'm in Chesterfield, as you said, on Midlothian Turnpike. Midlothian Turnpike completely covered. It's sleeting out here. I want to just show you it's sleeting. Sleet is the little pellets that can bounce off of a surface. It's sleeting right now, but the main thing to worry about is when that freezing rain moves in later today. We know that freezing rain is what can cause several power outages. We're seeing about 10,000 power outages statewide right now, most of them being in the southwest region of the state, but we know that freezing rain is moving into our area later today. And think of freezing rain as a glaze that sits on power lines and trees. That's what can lead to the severe number of power outages. And companies want you to know that it may take a while to get power restored because major service facilities and areas that have the most people impacted come first. So as you're out today, if you have to go out, we hope that you don't. Be mindful. Power outages will be experienced across our area a lot, and Dominion Energy, Rappahannock, and Southside all say they're prepared to work, but they just need your patience because it could take 24 to 48 hours for them to even get to the residential areas. So pack your patience. In the meantime, if you do have power right now, use this time wisely to charge all of your devices. And again, we could see power outages later today. If you do see a power line down, be sure to not touch it. I've been saying this over and over again all morning. Stay at least 30 feet away from the power line and be sure to report that to your power company immediately. The easiest way to do that is online, but you can also call in and report that outage. Live in Chesterfield County, I'm Destini Harris, 12 on your side.
Yeah, you gave us a really good example of the sleet that we're seeing, but freezing rain is the main concern because it will cause power outages. So here's what you need to do in case your power goes out to keep warm inside. Be sure to cover your head, fingers, and toes while you bundle up. Find anything, blankets, sleeping bags, coats, maybe layer up your hoodies or have on a coat in the house. Do what you got to do to stay warm. If you have them, use alternative heating sources like fireplaces or maybe portable heaters, but do so safely. That's the key, with proper ventilation, and also keep them away from any flammable objects. You can also call 211 to find a warming shelter near you, just in case.
Make that move now. If you're thinking, I might be in trouble, I think maybe I should go to a warming shelter, it is much easier to drive right now than it's going to be when we see this freezing rain. So make the choice. Many churches are canceling Sunday services. Some are offering virtual services instead. That's a way to stay where you are. You also know some school divisions are already calling for closures. You may have gotten a notification. It's also on our closings and delays here, looking days ahead. And adjustments around the weather later this week. You can see closures for courts, for businesses, all sorts of things. It's on our news app and on 12onyourside.com. Just look for the banner at the top of the page.
Richmond International Airport is... I'll have updates on today's flight schedules for the trip.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining us in our extended coverage here on this winter storm. Tomorrow, there's a touch of hope. The high temperature tomorrow goes to 33, barely above freezing. So we're not going to melt a lot, but we'll get a lot of sun tomorrow on a really cold day. So we'll walk through the precipitation change from sleet to freezing rain on the maps hour by hour in just a few minutes.
Experience Giants, art from the Dean Collection. Works by Black visionaries at the VMFA.